Welcome to class 8 of Java, where we are going to understand type conversion or what? Typecasting. It is very important topic, okay? So before we start this topic, we have to understand the data types, okay? In these data types present in the Java, we have primitive data type and non-primitive data types. So data types are categorized into two, primitive and non-primitive. Primitive is again divided into two, Boolean and what? Numeric. This numeric data types are two types, character and what? Integral, okay? So under this particular numeric category, there are data types like character, byte, short, int, long, float, double. So these particular 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These 7 data types comes under what? Numeric category. So now we are going to understand about this particular 7 data types, how to convert from one data type to another data type in Java. What are the rules or guidelines present? Okay. For example, short should be converted to long. Long should be converted to double. Like this, how to convert from one data type to another data type. That is what we are going to understand under the topic like type conversion or what? Typecasting. So we are going to use only numerical data type here. Okay. So what is type conversion or typecasting? Type conversion, or what we saw called as type conversion or typecasting, is like this, please. Converting from one data type to another data type is known as type conversion or what? Typecasting. Okay. Converting from one data type to another data type is known as what? Type conversion or typecasting. So let us see, it is of two types. This conversion is of two types: implicit conversion and what? Explicit conversion. Implicit and what? Explicit conversion. So before that, we understand how this is going to be, how this conversion from one data type to another data type will work. Let us understand here. So let me explain on the board now. Suppose assume that there is one integer variable present. A is equal to 12. Okay. There is a variable called as double D is there. Okay. So what happens is D is equal to A I am giving. So A belongs to what? Integer, and D belongs to what? Double. Okay. So what does a Java do? The Java will convert from integer data type to double, and it will be stored into the D. Therefore, D is equal to 12.0. Okay. So like this, what happens is Java is converting from this particular integer data type to double data type. This is called as conversion. Okay. This is called as conversion or casting. Is that clear? Right? This is what we call as conversion or what? Casting, please. Okay. Is it okay, everybody? Right. Fine. So this is what. Then here we have to understand one thing, please. What is that? Fine. What is this particular A is called as? A is called as source variable. It is called as what? Source variable, because it is a variable which contains the value. Okay. Right. Now what is D is called as? D is called as destination variable. Destination variable, where a value should go into the D. Therefore this is what D is called as what? Destination variable. Like this, source variable data type is converted into destination variable data type. So this is what we call as conversion. Okay. Typecasting or what? Type conversion. So let me first of all paste over here in the notes. I am going to paste here. So this is what happens with the conversion or typecasting. Okay. Right. So now this conversion is of two types, please. One is implicit conversion or automatic conversion, explicit conversion or manual conversion. Okay. So what are these two types of conversion? Let us understand now. Okay. First of all, implicit conversion. What is implicit conversion? If the conversion from one data type to another data type, if done by the language internally, then it is known as implicit conversion. I repeat, conversion from one data type to another data type, if done by the language internally, then it is known as implicit conversion. Okay. So implicit conversion is allowed by Java if both variables are type compatible. So when does Java allows implicit conversion? Means converting from integer to double. When this type of conversion is allowed means when both variables are, source variable and destination variables are what? Type compatible. What is type compatible? That is source and destination variables belongs to same data type category. Okay, and destination variable size should be larger than source variable. Okay, so when these two conditions are satisfied, then the variables are under type compatible. Therefore, the Java internally convert from one variable data type to another variable data type, and this is what we call as implicit conversion. Okay, simply we can say that. Okay, so what are the categories of data types that we are taking? Numeric category like character, byte, short, integer, long, float, double. Only these data types we are going to discuss now, right? See, simply we can say that simply converting a smaller data type to larger data type is nothing but implicit conversion. So, implicit conversion is allowed by Java to convert smaller type to larger type. Okay, example, byte. Byte is what? Smaller than what? Short. Short is smaller than what? Character. Character is smaller than what? Integer. Integer is smaller than what? Long. Long is smaller than what? Float. Float is smaller than what? Double. So how can you say, sir? Because what is the size of the byte is? Byte is 1 byte. Okay, then short is what? 2 bytes. Character is also 2 bytes. Integer is what? Integer is what? 4 bytes. Then long is what? Long 8 bytes. Okay, float is what? 4 bytes, and double is what? 8 bytes. Okay, this is the size of the data types. Okay, but even then you can, if you observe carefully, 1 2 2 4 8. Okay, but when we come to this long and float, if you observe carefully, what is happening? Float is 4 bytes, but long is what? 8 bytes. Even then, long is smaller than float data type. Why? Because float allows points, whereas long does not allow points. Okay, so as the float contains points, therefore float is larger than long. Okay, so this is what smaller data type to higher data type I have given. Okay, right. So when you are converting from the smaller data type to higher data type, there is no problem, and this type of conversion is known as implicit conversion. How? Let me explain with the help of an example. Okay, let's say in this case also you can see that, let me say that arrays. Okay, let me give an example. Okay, so let us start here. Please let me change the color. Okay, fine, like this. Now what I am doing here, it is, there is one byte variable is there. Byte what? Something called as a. A is equal to 12. Assume that. Then I am going to write here short. Okay, short. B is equal to a. I am giving. Okay. Therefore, what happens is a. A is what? Byte. Is it clear? A is what? Byte. Byte. And B is what? Short. Therefore, byte is automatically converted to short. Therefore, this is right. Okay, implicitly it will converted. Then I say what? Next data type, integer. Integer I'll take C is equal to B is also right, because B is what? Short, which is converted to what? The integer. Therefore assigned to C, and this is what? Right. Okay, therefore I can write here long. Okay, long L is equal to C. Yes, C is what? Integer. Integer value is converted into what? Long, and assigns to C. L. Therefore C value is assigned to L. Therefore right. Then I can write here float. Okay, float. F is equal to L. Yes, L is what? Long, which is converted into what? Float, and assigns to F. Yes, right. Then double. Okay, double. D is equal to F. Then float is converted into, okay, float is converted into double, and right. In all the situations it is right. Why? Because lower types are converted to higher types. So why it is correct, please? Why it is converted? Why it is correct? Because, okay, because lower types, okay, lower types are assigned to, okay, assigned to higher types. This is what? Lower types are assigned to higher types. Okay, see, byte is lower type, short is higher type. Here short is lower type and integer is higher type. So integer is lower type, long is higher type. Long is lower type, float is higher type. Similarly, float is lower type, and what? Double is higher type. Like this, lower types are assigning to the higher types. Therefore This conversion is what done implicitly. Okay, all these are which type of conversions, please? Implicit conversions. Okay, these are implicit conversions. Okay, implicit conversions. Let me say that implicit conversions. These are called as implicit conversions. Okay, so this is what. Okay, I copy this particular thing in the notes. Okay, this is the best example I can give you. All these are the implicit conversion. There is no problem. So when you are assigning lower type variables to higher type variables, there is no problem. It will convert internally. Okay, that is implicit conversion. Now we are going to understand explicit conversion. Okay, so when explicit is required, let me show you here itself one example. Okay, one more example I will take here. So let us consider one example, please. Let me change again the color. Okay, black, right. Example, assume that suppose I have a variable called as long L is equal to 12. Assume, okay, long L is equal to 12. Then I am writing integer I is equal to L I am giving. This is error. This is error. Why? Because L is long, which cannot be assigned to what? Cannot be converted to what? Integer. Okay. So why it is error, please? Why it is error? Why it is error? That is higher type. Okay. Higher type can't okay, can't assign to lower type. Okay, so long is higher and this particular I is what? Lower. Therefore this type of conversion is not allowed. Okay, so this is what happens with it. Clear? Fine. Next, do you understand that, please? Okay, so this is what error. Let me say, let me copy paste here. So here I am going to copy paste. Okay, for higher type can't assign to lower type. Then what happens here? It is, let us say, now how to convert higher type to lower type? How to convert lower type to higher type to lower type? If you want to convert from higher type to lower type, then you have to use explicit conversion. Explicit means what? Manual conversion. We have to convert ourselves. Okay, so conversion from one data type to another data type, if done by the programmer manually, then it is known as explicit conversion. Okay, simply we can say converting a larger type and a higher type to smaller type is known as what? Explicit conversion. Okay, for example, you see higher type is what? Double, then float, then long, int, char, short, byte, means the reverse of this particular thing, the reverse of this particular higher, lower to higher. Okay, now I am writing here higher to lower. So when you want to convert from higher to lower, then it is compulsory required explicit conversion. Okay, what is the syntax then? What is the syntax? Okay, the syntax is, okay, see, destination variable is equal to, what you write is destination variable type means data type name. Okay, destination variable data type name and the source variable src source variable, like this syntax. Okay, source variable data type is converted to destination variable data type and assigns to destination variable. So how it will work? Let us understand this particular thing. Okay, let us consider some examples. Suppose we consider the same example. How can we do explicit conversion? Okay, now I am going to explain explicit conversion. Okay, explicit conversions. Okay, right, explicit conversion, let us understand. Okay, how does this explicit conversion will work? So let us understand here example, right? So what I can write is, see, integer I is equal to integer of L, I should say. Okay, what happens? L, which is what? Long data type. See, L is a long data type converted to what? Integer and assigns to I. Okay, so therefore the I value will be 12 only. Okay, I value, but the data type L data type long is converted to integer and assigns to what? I. Okay, right. So this is what? So now it is following the syntax or not? Yes, it is following the syntax. See, the syntax you can understand. See, source variable, which is a source variable here? source variable, destination variable. See, L is the source and I is the destination variable. Okay, source and destination. So what we do, source should be converted to destination data type and assigns to what? Destination. Okay, so what I am doing, this long I am converting to destination data type. I is a destination whose data type is integer. Therefore, this long L converted to destination integer and assigns to I. Therefore, the long is assigned to I and that is nothing but I is equal to L. Okay, right. Now I'll continue this particular thing. Okay, assume that this is what I'll continue further now. Okay, let us say that this integer I want to convert to byte. Let's say byte. How can I do byte? Okay, b is equal to, then I should say what? Same byte I should write, byte of I. So the I which is of integer is converted to byte value and assigns to the byte variable. Therefore, what is the b value will be? B value will be 12. Okay, 12. So this is what? So what is happening over here, please? What is happening, please, here? Okay, the integer value is converted to byte and assigns to b. And these two are called as explicit conversions. Explicit conversion. Okay, so here which data type we have to write in the brackets, please? Destination variable data type. See, this variable data type only you have to write here. Okay, so this is how it will be converted. So let me copy paste here. Let me say that here I am going to copy paste. Is that clear? Now, so if you want, I can give you some more example. So one more example also I can give you. Right, let me say that let me change the color here. Right, for example, I am having what? Double D is equal to 9.5. Okay, then I take a float variable f, assume. Like this also I can write f is equal to d. Okay, now tell me this is what? D. This is error. This is what? Error. Why error? Why error? Because d which is of double higher type and f which is of float which is lower type. So higher type to lower type it cannot assign. It cannot assign. Therefore it gives what? Error. How you can solve this problem means, now we follow the syntax. So this is what we called as source variable. This is called as destination variable. Source variable and destination variable. So what I am going to do is, destination variable is equal to destination variable data type we have to write. Nothing but float only. Then write down the source variable. Source variable is d. Okay, d. Therefore what happens here it is, therefore what happens is, the d which is of double is converted to float, destination variable data type, and assigns to f. Therefore f is equal to 9.5. Now this is correct and this is known as explicit conversion. Explicit conversion. Okay, this is what happens. Clear? Right? So this is what, how can we convert ourselves from higher type to lower type, otherwise it will be errors. Okay, this is what explicit conversion. Right, fine. Now one more thing that is important in this conversion, that is automatic type promotion in Java. So the data types are automatically promoted in a expression in Java. What is expression? Okay, what do you mean by expression? Okay, expression means what? Suppose calculation part like this you are using. Okay, this is called as an expression. In this expression, the data types are automatically promoted to next level. Higher types it will convert. How? Let me tell you, please. How? Let me tell you. Suppose you take byte value plus short value you are adding. Okay, when you add byte variable and short variable value, the result value will be promoted to integer. The resultant value will be integer data type. Okay. Similarly, let us understand here character. Suppose character plus okay, character plus let me say that integer, if you add it, which is a higher type in this one. In these two things, the higher type is what? Integer. Okay, integer is higher than character, therefore the result will be higher type only. Okay, suppose if you add integer plus long variable, integer variable and long variable, if you add, if you do some calculation, then the result will be what? Higher type. Always result will be higher type only, except in this case. Except in this case, you will get what? In all cases, higher type you will get the result. Similarly, suppose one float and the long value if you add, which is the resultant answer data type will be float, the higher type float. Okay. Similarly, double and float if you add, okay, float value if you add, the higher type data type result you will be getting, which is double. Okay, so like this you will be getting the results. So let me paste here, right? Okay, let me give you some examples on this one now. Okay, let me give you some examples. Now understand here, understand. Let us say this, please. So let us say there is what one byte is present. Okay, assume, okay, byte a is equal to 10 is there, then short is there, short b is equal to 12 is there. Okay, 12 is there. So what happens is I am going to write integer, okay, not integer, okay, not integer, let's say that byte only. Okay, byte c is equal to a plus b, which gives purely an error. Why? Because a plus b, when you add, you will get the answer 22. Okay, 10 plus 12 is what? 22. But what is the data type of this 22? Okay, when a is byte, b is short. When byte and short are added, the resultant answer data type is promoted to integer. The result will become what? Integer. And this integer value cannot be assigned to C, because integer is a higher type, the C byte is a lower type. So can't convert. Okay, error. What is the error, please? Okay, can't convert higher type to lower type, higher type to lower type, and this is what we call as, this is the error. How you are going to solve this particular problem? Okay, how you are going to solve this particular problem? We can solve this problem by using explicit conversion. Explicit conversion we can use. Okay, explicit conversion you can use. How? Let's say byte c is equal to, I can write byte of, okay, the destination variable data type. C data type is what? Byte. Byte of, I can write a plus b. Yes, no problem. So which is 22, the result, which is integer data type, is converted into byte and stores into C. Okay, therefore C is equal to 22. Okay, so like this we can use. So whenever there is unable to convert, you can go with what? Explicit conversion. Explicit conversion you can go with. Okay, so this is how we are going to work with. This is what explicit type promotion. Okay, type promotion. Let me give you one more example also. I'll try to give here. Okay, so let me erase it. Let me give here. Suppose assume that there is a variable integer a is equal to 1. Okay, long b is equal to 3. Okay, let's say float, okay, f is equal to 4.3 f, please. F represents float constant. Okay, float constant. Let us understand now integer some z is equal to a plus b plus, okay, b plus f. Now this gives what happens. So the complete answer will be what? So 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 4.3 is how much? For 8.3. Okay, 8.3. But this 8.3 data type is what? Float type, please. Float, because which is the higher type? Okay, f is a float, which is the higher type. Okay, int long float. I am adding int variable, long variable, float variable. So which is a higher type? So f float is higher type, therefore the resultant answer will be higher type answer only. Higher data type result you will be getting. Okay, but now this z is what? Integer. So float cannot be converted to integer, therefore it causes error. Then how to overcome this particular problem? By using explicit conversion. Z is equal to what I can write now? Integer of a plus b plus f. Okay, no problem. Then now this is 8.3, which is of what? Float data type, is converted to what? Integer, and assigns to z. Therefore z is equal to 8.3. Sorry, z is equal to what? Only 8, not 0.3. Okay, because z is an integer data type. Integer data type does not store what? Decimal points. And this is what? Explicit conversion. Explicit conversion. Okay, conversion, right? This is how it can be, right? Like this in the expressions. It will be automatically promoted to higher types. Okay, so this is what you have to understand. Finally, now we are going to understand simple examples, please. Okay, let's say that. Let us understand some more things. Okay, we are now going to understand about constants. Okay, constants. What is that constants means? Let's take an example, please. Suppose if I say float f is a variable. Assume, okay, f is equal to 5.6. This causes error again. Why error, sir? Because 5.6 is a double. It will consider as double. So higher type cannot be assigned to what? Lower type. This is okay. So what happens here? It is 5.6. It can be a float value or it can be a double value. So which it will consider? Means it will consider as double, but it will not consider as float. Okay. So numbers with decimal points are considered as double but not float. Okay. So that's what. This is the error. How you are going to solve this problem means f is equal to 5.6 f we have tried. What is that f do here? What is the f do here? So let us see. Wait some time, please. Okay. Right. Okay. So what is happening is what does this f represents? F represent float constant. Float constant. This is. Therefore now this is right. Okay. Therefore f is equal to 5.6. Like this, if you want to assign any value to a float variable, now you have to write what? F. Okay. So this is what you remember, please. This is one thing that you have to remember regarding the float constants. Is that clear? This is what happens with it. So like this we have completed, please, like this we have completed, okay, completed the type conversion or what? Typecasting. So type conversion or typecasting, which is of two types. One is implicit conversion and explicit conversion. Implicit conversion means if the conversion is done by the Java internally, then it's called as implicit conversion. If the conversion is done by the programmer, that is called as explicit conversion. When does implicit conversion is allowed by Java? It allows implicit conversion from lower type to higher types only. Okay. Now when does we have to go with explicit conversion? When we want to convert from higher type to lower type, then we have to use what? Explicit conversion. Okay. Then one more thing is what? Automatic type promotions in what? Java. So this is what you have to remember, automatic type promotion in the expression. Means byte value, short value if you add, it will convert to integer. Similar character integer if you add, it will convert to what? Integer. Int long, from this, what is the higher data type? Long. Long will be the resultant answer. Float and long if you add, what is the higher data type? Is float. So the resultant answer will be what? Float data type. Like this it will be. Okay. So this is what very, very important. You go through this particular thing. Okay. Fine. Thank you.